Question 4C. When the skydiver, who has a mass of 80 kilograms, does deploy his parachute, he slows down from 55 meters per second to 10 meters per second over 12 seconds. Calculate the average net force during this time. Give an appropriate unit for your answer. Now, this might not make any sense at all. How on earth can I calculate a force? I haven't been given enough information. This is just too hard. Let's always look for the bullet point. Let's see what we can do. Start your answer by calculating the average deceleration. Let's head over to our formula sheet. Which formulas have an acceleration in them? Well, we've got acceleration as change in velocity over change in time, and we've got net force equals mass times acceleration. Notice how important it is to know all the symbols. So we've been given a change in velocity, haven't we? The velocity changed from 55 to 10. And have we been given a time? The time change was 12 seconds. So acceleration equals the change in velocity divided by the change in time. The velocity changed, VF was 10. Minus the initial velocity is 55 divided by a time of 12 seconds. Now we can chuck that into the calculator, so it goes 10 minus 55 equals minus 45 divided by 12. It gives us an answer of minus 3.75 meters per second. And you may say, well, why do you do the 10 minus 55? Why don't you go 55 minus 10? In fact, you'll get pretty much the same answer. So let's try that. 55 minus 10, except this time you'll get a positive 45. And again, divide it by 12. You'll get a positive 3.75 meters per second acceleration. Now we've got to ask, is the skydiver speeding up or is the skydiver slowing down? And in fact, the skydiver is actually slowing down, and so this acceleration has to be a negative. For this question, we're not actually going to penalise you if it's positive or negative, so you could have done 55 minus 10, but this is a more correct way. Okay, so have we answered the question? The question says calculate the average net force. Have we done that? No. So what's the symbol for force? F. Now on our formula sheet, is there any formula with F and an A in it? Yes, net force equals mass times acceleration, Newton's second law. Do we know his mass? The skydiver has a mass of 80 kilograms. Do we know his acceleration? Yes, it's negative 3.75. If the negative bit's too hard, you can just miss it out. Okay, but that just means that his force is ultimately going to be negative as well. So we go 80 times negative 3.75, and we get a force of negative 300 newtons. And what does that mean? That means that this force is acting in the opposite direction to his travel, and so it's slowing him down. If you got that answer, that was worth an E. Congratulations, you finished the test. To pass, you needed to get 2 questions at achieved, 3 questions at merit for merit, and 3 questions at excellence for excellence. Wish you all the well for your upcoming NCEA examinations.